Welcome, everyone, to the Becoming Fierce Female Entrepreneurs podcast. Today's episode is a podcast takeover with your girl, Mia Joy. That's right, Joy is on vacation and I'm taking over the podcast. So grab your Fearless Reflection Journal or sheet of paper and your favorite beverage, and we'll be right back.
Thank you for tuning in today. Our mission is to equip and empower you to dig in and soar higher, doing the things that you love. This podcast is where you'll hear leading experts from around the globe figuring out what you could be doing to tackle your greatest business challenges. So get ready to hear from some of the brightest minds and boldest thinkers on how they're taking on these problems and how you could too. Now here's your host.
Welcome back to the Becoming Fierce Female Entrepreneurs podcast. I'm so grateful that you tuned in and subscribed. If today's episode resonates with you, please leave us a review. We'd love to hear your feedback. My name is Mia Joy, and I'm thrilled to be your youth spotlight speaker for this episode. A little bit about me. I'm passionate about empowering young women to embrace their potential and break through the barriers that hold them back. I may be young, but I've learned that age is no barrier to making an impact. My journey has been discovering who I am, pushing past my own limitations, and helping others to do the same. Today's episode, I hope to inspire you to look within, challenge the beliefs that may be holding you back, and start paving the way toward the life of success you deserve. The title of this episode is Unlocking the Key to Limiting Beliefs. We'll explore how our thoughts shape our realities and how our shifting mindsets can open doors we never imagined possible. So, join me on this journey as we dive into the topic that's very close to my heart. And by the end of this episode, I hope you feel empowered, inspired, and ready to unleash your unstoppable potential. Let's get started. Did you know that limiting beliefs can block your potential? Well, the chapter in Fearless Reflections, Volume 1, Unlocking the Key to Limited Beliefs, talk about this topic. This empowerment journal has really helped me to stay well organized and empowered through all stages of your life. If you want to follow along, pause this video and grab your free chapter, or if you already have the journal, go to page 121. Also, that reminds me, my gift for today's episode happens to be this chapter. If you want to follow along, pause the video and grab your free chapter, or if you already have the journal, go to the page 121 and follow along with us. Reframe your thoughts and turn them into a positive thought. Now, this is something we don't think about doing a lot when we have negative thoughts, because I definitely have. During my freshman finals, specifically for some classes, I got very worried that I would fail, and I tried to turn my thoughts around, but I had a better time with my test and got an A when I did that. Now, I know not everyone can relate to freshman finals and stressing over them, but we all can relate to tough situations where negative thoughts just swarm our mind. But next time this happens to you, I encourage you to focus on the positive moments and outcomes of the moments of the past or the present. This chapter has a lot of thought-provoking questions for you to answer and to help you know yourself more deeply and hopefully give you a better sense of your past. Here are some of the questions and my answers, for example. Question 9 says, who am I losing my power to? And for a lot of different people, that could be a certain person. For me, it was my negative inner self. There are kind of like two parts of my mind where one is super positive and the other has all the worries in me. And after reflecting on this journal and answering my questions and my inner self, I realized I can really try to control these negative thoughts. Now that I've used my resources, I am much happier and way more in control of my negative thoughts. This is just some of the great strategies in this chapter, and I encourage you to read and fill out this journal because it really does help. Now I will be talking about my freshman year of high school. So I'll be honest, freshman year was a wild ride for me. I made new friends, met new people. I had all these different sort of experiences, but I also joined my school's student government and associated student body, which is really cool because I'm like the class president and have been for 3 years in a row. And I go early in the morning and I get there at 7:40 instead of our normal start time. And we basically plan the events of our school. So like different dances we have or different rallies and celebrations we have, we all talk about that and we run the money, and it's really fun. It's a really cool thing that I do. And I've learned that it's a really good part of my high school career, and it's a really main focus that I love doing because getting to know what's happening and makes me just feel more in control just all together. So that is a really great thing I love about Associated Student Body / student government. Um, but there also do come some challenges with that. Having to wake up early in the morning. For example, I used to wake up at 7:30. Now I get to school at 7:30 and I have to wake up at 6 and get ready and everything plans before, but it has helped me kept more organized and kept my sleep schedule really well because I used to have a bad sleep schedule, but now I have to wake up at a certain time and I have duties and responsibilities, and getting those done in the morning is actually really nice and really helpful. So I encourage you, if you have something like that, you should really do it because it's really fun. Um, I also did some honors classes last year, which was definitely different than I'm used to because I never really did honors classes in elementary school or middle school, but in high school, I realized I wanted to push myself more. So I took an honors English class. That class was definitely something. It was kind of the same as our regular English class, but we read a few more books and we went at a bit faster of a pace. So for me, it was like a regular class, but just pushing myself. And I really loved it because we got to have more like academic responsibility and have more independentness with what we want to do with certain projects or who we want to work with. And they had more trust in us to kind of do our own thing. And I did end up passing with an A, even though that was one of the classes I said before that I was worried with finals. But learning in that class has really helped me that I can do it and I can really help myself stay positive and keep going and pushing hard even when I wanted to leave. I encourage you guys also to take any honors classes if you want to. It's really fun. Also, this school year, I'm taking an honors world history class, and I love it so far. It's only been a few days, but I really like the teacher, and I really like the course, and I really like the speed that we're moving at. Because this class kind of goes faster, and that kind of helps me. It helps me stay organized. It helps me stay on top of my projects, on top of what I need to do. And I also have some really fun people in that class, so it is really fun to do. Also, it gives you a GPA bump if you do honors or AP classes. So if you're kind of failing in another class, it kind of helps you push that up. That's just a little side note, but I love that about the honors and AP classes too. Another fun, kind of challenging thing of my freshman year was something called Sports Orama. So our school, if your school doesn't have it, it's like a class competition. It's really fun. So each grade goes against each other and we do these fun challenges, fun sports, just a really cool time at the end of the school year to help us all feel united. And for us, we wear our class colors. So my class color was white. So all of us were white the whole day. We had afternoon rallies. They were in the auditorium and they were in all the gym and the stadium and stuff. And that was really cool. Oh, another challenge was really feeling insecure about doing it because some of these things I've never done. Some of the sports were more physical than I thought they were, or some of them were just in front of everyone that I was just like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that. But I honestly did feel empowered. And when I realized that these negative thoughts are just negative thoughts just to be there, that actually really did help me with the positive thoughts and made me more happier and excited to do the challenges. So so our class did get third place, but we were freshmen, so that is actually really good out of four people for us to get. And I told my friends a lot about these strategies because we were kind of failing at the start because we were just not as confident because we were new. But when I told them about just pushing away the negative thoughts and beliefs and just having a good time and having fun, that was when we all did it. All came together. We like clicked, and that was when it was a really fun time. So I had a great time doing that. I would be doing that again this year, and I will be doing it for the rest of my high school career. That was a really great moment for me to just break out of my shell and not worry about other people. And it was really fun. And I met more new people and I just got to talk to more new people. I kind of got to be a leader with some other friends because we had this kind of thing where like some people were more leader type and some people were like, I'll just do what you guys say. And it was a shift and it was really fun that we got to do that. So I love doing that and I will do it again and again. So that was a lot in my freshman year. That was some of the ups, but some of the downs were a lot of the academic parts. I had some struggle with some math classes. Math isn't my strong subject. I am a history English person, much like my dad is. I think I kind of get that from him. And math class was pretty hard for me. It was fast paced and it was just a different type of learning than I'm used to because in middle school, you can fail kind of a class and go up to it. That's what people did. But me failing like a class you have to redo it. And I was like, I don't want to redo it. I want to really work hard and do that. So what I did is push the hardest I could, go to after school tutoring, go to do all the work I could and ask for help, which made me pass the class, which was very, very nice because I did not want to have to redo that again. And it was just a great way to show I am resilient and I can do that. So that was pretty much my freshman year. I had some really good classes. I met some really great people, and I just became a better person out of it overall. I am much, much more excited for my sophomore year and just years to come to see who I will grow to because that was a quick change. Like the person I was in eighth grade is totally different from the person I am now, or even at the end of ninth grade, you know? Like you just change so much in the course of 9 months, and you can change in a positive way. And it really, really was great for me. And I love that part of it. Taking these strategies from Fearless Reflection Volume 1, and it's specifically my chapter, Unlocking the Key to Limiting Beliefs, that was great because I didn't realize I did some of these negative topics or tendencies from the start of my school year until now. And looking back, I'm like, oh, that was just the bad part of me not wanting to do it and just scared and not wanting to push myself. But if I had done that before, it would have been great. It would have been an amazing opportunity. So I'm really sad that I didn't get to do those things, but I'm really happy that now I realize that about myself and I'm ready to go out and do way more. Another thing that I really love is clubs at our school. There are lots of clubs at our school. I joined about like 6 or 7 last year, which I'll admit was way too many, but it was really fun to just kind of feel productive and be a part of a community. The club I joined was gardening club. Now, I have never been a plant person or just taking care of them, but I did get into succulents because they're really easy to take care of and they're really nice looking. So I did get into succulents and that was fun. And joining this gardening club, we kind of revamped our school's garden, which was really pretty now. And we got to work together. We pulled weeds, we planted things, we came together in groups to find what we wanted to plant, what would be in season. That was really fun because it was this interest I didn't know I had. Like I would have never thought about just wanting to garden or just being interested in plants until I joined that club. Until also I took my biology class where we grew bean plants. That was really fun because I used my knowledge from garden club to kind of grow that into greater things. So that was also really fun. So I definitely recommend if you have a club, like we have our Hispanic Youth Leadership Club, we have a just a club for anything really. And it was a really great opportunity for me to feel together with someone and to meet great new challenging people. But yeah, in general, I just encourage you to just go out of your shell. Just do what you don't think you might like because you'll really like it, I promise. And sometimes, we don't like these things, but at least you get to try it. At least you get to say you did it. Because some things I admit I don't like, but I'm happy that I did it because I have this experience and I have just something to look back on and not always be in a negative light. And I can learn from something, I think that's just a really great thing about just being ourselves and just being able to realize, yeah, that probably wasn't my favorite thing, but I'm happy I did it. And it was a great time. So I definitely recommend that. So now I'm going to be talking about this summer college program I took. The summer college courses I took. Yes, I was a freshman taking college courses. So something really cool about our school is the middle school and high school has this college career access program. And you can join it from seventh grade until when you're graduating. And I know some seniors that graduated that were in the program and loved it. So basically, it has homework help at lunches. They have people you can talk to, and they really educate you about different colleges you could go to that are in this area or colleges anywhere like around America, really. And that was a really fun time. So this was my first time taking college courses, which I didn't even know about because it was just our local community college. I was like, I'm a freshman. I probably shouldn't do this, but it was in July. So I'll basically tell you from the start. I was in the program, did it all school year, took some field trips, which was really fun. And they basically told us we have college courses that are free that you can take. You guys might like them. And if you do this, you'll get college credits before when you go to like college after high school, you won't have to take those classes. And I was like, great, I have this free program, something to do during summer, less time in college courses when I'm actually in college and less money to pay, like that was just going to be a great opportunity. So of course, me and my family, we jumped onto the opportunity and we said, yes, we want to do these college courses, or I want to do these college courses. And that's where that started. So I took two college courses. One was called HCD, which was kind of like a preparing you for college. It helped me stay organized. We had these really fun lessons on just organization and different parts of the brain and just what happens when we study and what we when we don't study, and it was really cool because I never thought I knew a class like that or I need a class like that. But when I met this professor, I was like, oh man, college can be really cool. College can be really fun. We got to go once a week. It was like every Thursday, and it was like a full school day. So we were there from about 8:30, 9:30 until 3:30, like at the end of the day. So we had lunch and everything, which was really fun. They also let us during lunch go around the campus. So if we want to buy something at the local like food place or just they had a little market, they let us do that, which I also really loved because I just felt more independent, I felt like a real full college student, and that was a really cool part of it. So this HD course was very, very fun and learned a lot. I learned a lot about myself. I met some people because people from other schools also have this program. So we were all kind of thrown together in one, which I loved. And I made great friends and great people I'm definitely going to still keep talking to just along the road because they're great people that I loved. Another course I took was an ethnic studies course, and I love that course. So this ethnic studies class was really, really great for me. I loved it. I got to learn just about so many different cultures in the world and just so many histories and so many people's stories. It was so, so amazing. I also met people in that class that I could relate to. Like, I met some more African American people. I met people who were of Asian descent. I met people who were Native American. Like, I met so many people with so many different backgrounds that I didn't even know were kind of backgrounds. And I learned about their stories and they got to talk to me about stuff. They got to tell me how they felt about what we were learning about. And our teacher was really great. She was also just really encouraging and just really wanted us to get to know the truth and said, this is what I'm giving you. This is the history that's really happening. I hope you take this all and really go spread it and give a positive light of just the world and just what happens now and what happened in the past. And I really like that. I really like that we got to study just about specific cultures and different places around the world. That was really, really fun. These college classes, they were definitely a lot. Some of them had a lot of work, some of them had not really much work, but altogether, it was still work for me to do. I still gave up my full month of July to do college courses, which I didn't need to do, I could have just stayed and gone swimming and stuff, but I'm happy I did it. I'm happy that my family encouraged me to do it. I'm happy that my Nana encouraged me to do it because I was kind of hesitant. I'll be honest. I said before we kind of wanted to jump into it. I was a little scared. I was like, do I want to do this? Like, do I want to spend my whole month really looking and really trying my best to pass these classes so it can go on my transcript? But once they told me that it'd be a great opportunity for me and just to show other people that they could do it, I was like, I have to do it. I'm like, now I can really be an inspiring kind of person to other young girls my age because they see that I'm able to do it, that I was able to get past all these obstacles. And I'm lucky I have a support system and I could be a support system for other people. So that was also a really great aspect of doing this college class and just having my family around me being really supportive. Like my little brothers, every day I came home, they were like, how is it? How is it? And I was like, oh, it was pretty good. It's like stuff was boring. They wouldn't care for, but I would just tell them about it and they would just listen. And my dad was so happy for me. And my Nana and Papa, they came like when they had to pick me up sometimes, they were like, so how you like it? Like I was really happy. They were really proud for me and encouraging me to do this. That was a really great part of the college courses that I definitely recommend doing if you can.
I have some exciting news to share. My book journal is now available. Are you ready to embark on a journey of fearless self-discovery and empowerment? Look no further than Fearless Reflections. This journal offers busy women leaders the space to capture your innermost thoughts, ideas, and reflections with plenty of room for your unique journey. It's your canvas to paint the picture of your empowered future. Start your journey today with Fearless Reflections. To pick up your copy, go to my website, becomingfierceentrepreneurs.com or to amazon.com. Woohoo! Thank you for your support.
Now, you may be wondering, why is a teenager or 15-year-old girl coming on this podcast to talk to people about how she feels inspired? Well, my journey has been a long journey, I'll say. I would have never done this if it was maybe a year ago or even a few months ago, because I was more insecure and I was not ready to come talk to people and share my story and inspire other people and try my best to do that. But now that I've actually talked to people like my nana, like my mom, like my dad, my brothers, they've really helped me realize that I can do this. I can be an inspiration, or I can try to help other people with the best I can, just because hearing other people's stories and relating to them is great. Like watching past episodes of this podcast, I realized, oh, okay, other people are having these experiences and they're very inspiring. And I'm very, very happy that these people told what they were talking about and just gave their knowledge. Like them just talking and just hearing them be vulnerable and honest about that, it was like, okay, I feel confident to do this and I feel inspired to really push other people. And this really pushed me out of my shell. And this really made me want to do this. So that was another thing that was great. This program is just great in general, especially this journal is really, really, really helpful, because I wouldn't have been able to go through like freshman year without this. I'm just going to be honest. I needed to keep something that was stable and that was just always there for me. And something that was always there for me was my family and this book. I just knew I had this. I knew I had my family support, and I knew I could just look back and read just when I needed inspiration, what I needed things to help me and just things to talk about. And that was just another really part that made me want to come on this podcast, because not everybody can relate to me, but also a lot of people have kids that are my age, and this generation is just, we're a whole different generation than 10 years ago, you know? Like it's just changed so rapidly, and going through this whole technology, social media, like it can be crazy. I'll admit to myself, I'm like, I don't know how to navigate this sometimes, just because there's so much going on, but it really can be great. And if you really open your mind to it and you use these resources to the positive light, like with this podcast and just this whole company in general, we realize like some things are great. Some things can really be helpful, and some things we can just find that need us. Like I hope this episode reaches to people all around the world so they can realize what their passion is, or realize there's another person my age that maybe looks like me, that maybe talks like me, that just I relate to, that is really there for me kind of, and will really talk about what people don't really want to talk about in this generation. So that's why I really decided to be on this podcast. I really just wanted to share some stuff about me, share, because I've been featured before in a few episodes, but that was in the past, and I kind of changed and grown a lot more and realized a lot more about myself and what I can do, who I can be, who has helped me, who I can help. And that was so, so amazing for me to find out. I'm just gonna be honest, like I just felt very encouraged to just be authentically me. And being authentically you is just so amazing. And I really hope you all can be that and really realize that you can do it. It's some people just say, no, you can. No, you can really do it if you put your mind to it. There were so many different things, so many classes. Like I said, my honors classes, like I said, the college courses, I didn't think I could, but then I said, no, I'm going to try and I'm going to really push myself to do that. And once you do that, it's amazing. I'll tell you that right now. So if you do have someone who's around my age, or if you just want to listen to someone talk who's just maybe relatable, I would recommend showing them this episode, because I'm just telling my honest truth about how high school is, about how being now in the social media era and all this stuff is a lot sometimes. And I think people can relate to that. And I think people of all ages can really relate to that. And they can really relate to just being who you are, just being proud of it. And that is a really great thing I love about this podcast. I'm so thankful that I'm able to tell you guys that, get that off my chest, someone to listen. I hope you guys are really taking in what I'm saying, kind of like this can really be attainable for you. And all these dreams, they can come true. I have all these aspirations and goals and dreams. if I really put my mind to it, it'll come true. Some of these things like have happened, like some of these sports teams. I was very hesitant about joining tennis, for example, last year, and I was like, I don't know. But once you take the positivity and you reframe those thoughts and you realize it's other people being negative or it's me being negative, you really can push yourself and you can really do great things. Like, okay, I wasn't the best in tennis, I'll tell you that right now, but I learned. I learned how to play tennis. I learned what it really was. I learned the rules of the sport. I just learned how fun it is. And now, like when I'm watching the Olympics and they're doing tennis, Coco Gauff, for example, she's great. I know we all love her. She's so cool. That's like I know what they're doing. I see them playing. I'm like, oh, that's this, or oh, that's love. That's how you score. And it's just great just having this knowledge about these things that other people are like, what? Where'd you know that from? You're like, oh, I took the risk. I jumped in and joined a team. It's like, oh, well, I did that, and it's just a really fun thing to do. So I really like that part of this. Also, there's a challenge this month with my chapter. It happens to be on page 128. And the challenge is, if you choose to accept it, is to take some time this week and to journal and release your emotions. Though through journaling, you can get the answers, listen to yourselves, and write down messages you hear in the subconscious mind. Use words that have positive energy. Imagine yourself speaking them, embodying them, and living them, feeling them according to them. Okay. So, what this really means is like, take your thoughts and really think about how positive they are. When you write down and journal how you feel, you think, oh, this is a great thing that can happen. This is really great. Like this morning, even I woke up and I had wrote, I'm so excited to film the podcast. Like it's going to be a great day and it's going to be a great time. And we're going to have a great time all together doing this and watching and interacting with you guys. And putting that positive thought into my head was really great for me. I loved it and I'm so happy I got to do that. So I did take this challenge and I did do it, and I encourage you all to do it because it was actually really helpful to realize all these negative things or just things happening in my life that you don't realize, like subconscious. You just write down your emotions and how you feel, and it's like, oh, I didn't realize I felt that way, or I didn't realize I was happy about this. I didn't realize I was mad about this, and that was really great. And I also encourage you guys to comment down below with your journaling or your experiences or how you feel in your mind subconscious, because we do read those and reply to those. So we value your opinions and we value how you feel. It's valid. And we're really happy that you are here interacting with us. So thank you so much with that. So that's most of the points I want to talk about in this week's episode of this podcast. And I really hope you took what I said, or if you really listened and watched this whole episode of just listening to a teenager talk, I am so, so thankful for that, because we have put just our heart and soul into just being authentic and being ourselves on here. So I thank you so much for watching. And hey, maybe if you guys like this, I could come back like maybe once a month. We could talk to Joy about it. I'm definitely down to doing that. So if you want that, comment down below, like the video, like I'm down for that. I'm ready. And if you really like this episode, please subscribe, please comment, please like, please give feedback, because we really enjoy that. We really read it and we really care. And she really cares about what you think and about how we help her. And tell us how you feel. And that's just so heartwarming. Like it's knowing that you've reached someone, and it gives you this great sense of satisfaction, and just knowing you're helping other people. It's just a great thing to do in life. I know we can all relate to that. So thank you so much for watching this week's episode of the Fierce Female Entrepreneurs Podcast. Thank you for just listening to my story and just listening just all together today. I encourage you guys to go get your journals. I encourage you guys to write that down, do this monthly challenge, because it is really great. It is really helpful. I hope you tune in for next month's episode where Joy is back. So I'm so happy to be here, and I'm so thankful for you watching. I'm really happy that I got to share this experience with you guys. So I hope you guys all have a great day, and yeah, I'll see you next time.